Hey, have you been looking for some inspiration for your August monthly setup in your bullet journal? Stay tuned. Hey, and welcome back to Keeping Your Heart, the place where we look at practices that help us to keep our hearts open and engaged as we walk alongside others. My name is Renee. Thank you so much for joining me here. If this is your first time or you haven't subscribed, feel free to click that little subscribe button down below. Feel free to give me a like or a thumbs up if you like this video. It helps me just to get it out to other people who are looking for self-care practices and things that help them to organize and to remember that there is hope. So we are here, and we've been going through this bullet journal series, and I still haven't learned how to say that completely correctly yet. So bullet journal, I just sort of have to put a pause between the two of those. So this month we're heading into August in a few days, so I wanted to share my August setup and just to remind you that you don't have to, I'm going to draw some stuff, but you don't have to be an artist or draw. You can use stamps, you can use stickers, you can use tape, you can use whatever it is you want. Let's make this really simple and beautiful and what you need, so that not a place of stress, but something that's actually supportive. So let's take a look. Okay, so we're going to start the August plan with me. As you can see, I've got some things sketched out here. The theme for this month is going to be that last part of summer, full flowers, fairy lights, butterflies, just trying to squeeze every little bit of summer out of the rest of this month. So we will get started. Okay, everybody, unfortunately my camera had a little problem today and did not record any of me drawing and planning this out today. So unfortunately, we'll just have to take you through a walkthrough of the setup, and thank you for your understanding. Technology is great when it works. The August theme is these rich, fat, end of summer flowers with outdoor lights. There's a lot of the backyard table theme. Really love that, and that'll come into play later in this spread. So I drew all this and colored it in, and I used my Mildliners. But I wanted to point out that I did purchase this set at Target actually, and I was able to really expand some of the colors that I hadn't had before, which I love that. This is I don't know, periwinkle, dark periwinkle, I don't know. But I've been having a lot of fun with that, so at Target, and it's in the office supply section. Okay, so here's the spread to give you an idea of what the theme is going to be, and then we head into the calendar. So normal calendar setup, I start on Monday. I have this great washi at the top that says, make every moment count, laugh lots, cherish the moment, and dream big, which are lovely things to focus on. You'll notice that I added the July and the September at the beginning and the end of the month, and the reason is because we still have 2 days left, but I don't want to stop in 2 days and do the August, so I'm going to go ahead and move it into these 2 days into the August monthly spread afterward. You'll see that in the weeklies. So I just gave a little designation for it here, and the same thing for September to keep that ahead. On this next page you can see the social section and the letter section. So the social section, I wanted to add some really pretty little things. Welcome to my garden, time for wine. I'm hoping to have a nice relaxing time with my friends. And then this area here is where I'm writing down my letters to keep track of letters that I'm sending out and when I've sent them, and when I've written them and mailed them, because those are 2 different dates usually. I think this is going to get filled up because I have more pen pals now, so I may end up adding a card in here to add that in. So if I do that, I will show you that in another video. Here's content planning, and I was a little disappointed in myself because I had intended for this to be at the top, because lights tend to go at the top of things and shine down, but I forgot about it, so I didn't leave enough room, and I put this tape. But I really like this theme, this idea of shining light, illuminating the beautiful things, illuminating the things that are important. So that's that theme of the lights that you even saw on the first page. And then you can see for YouTube and my website, which was something that I did last month, And then I added Instagram because I'm not really being that intentional about Instagram. I'm kind of just doing it as I do it. And I want to get better at being intentional on it. And then intentional about it. And then the podcast. That is a whole other show. I will talk to you about that some other day. Today is not the day that we're going to do that. And then gratitude. So as I've said last month, this is my favorite spread. I love gratitude, and I think it's so important to start with a grateful heart, regardless of what happens throughout the day. If we can wake up and say, okay, great, I woke up, this is awesome, that could be really helpful for us to be able to approach the things that are more difficult with an open heart, to be able to feel resilient or feel grounded. And this reminder to stop and smell the roses. So maybe throughout the day, stop and say, is there something that I'm grateful for, even in the midst of this stuff, that I can say, yes, there is beauty here. And then just to remind myself that it's still a lovely day, even if it doesn't feel like it in certain points, that there was a day, and I'm grateful for that. And so I want to say, remember, this is keeping your heart. This is about bringing your heart and keeping your heart in the mix. And part of that thing is, I want you to understand, I put these beautiful things in because I need to focus on beautiful, because there's a lot of not very pretty and really rough and hard things that when we are walking alongside people who are in their healing journeys, and we ourselves are in our midst of our healing journeys, there are difficult things. If we want to have our eyes open and actually engage our heart, that means it's gonna hurt. It's going to be difficult. So if we can make sure that we are focusing on the things that will keep us present, that will keep us open, that will keep us hopeful, that's really important. So I'm not putting these beautiful things in to pretend that everything's gorgeous and pretend that it's just fine. Not at all. This is an attitude shift for us to remember that the difficult thing is that in that moment, and that there will be another moment, and that we will continue to hope for better moments. So that's what this is about, okay? So just wanted to make sure, because I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to gloss over the difficult things, because we are all going through seasons that devastate us. Okay, so as you know, I'm going through my best year 2018, and so I have my best year August 2018, making every moment count, and I have these focuses of financial, spiritual, mental, physical, and relational, where I have goals. Where do I want to focus my things for that month? And they do change each month, actually. I'm not sharing them with you. They're my goals. You do your own goals. These are the tasks. These are the things that will lead me to being able to focus on these goals in each of these weeks. So breaking those down. And then of course, always, what does success look like? Is success being able to say, you know what, I was able to spend quality time with 5 of my friends this month. Success is that I was able to stick to my meal plan 3 out of the 4 weeks. You know what? We call those attainable goals, right? What does success look like to you? So why don't you tell me that? And down in the comments, what does success look like to you for August? So what is your theme for August? I would love to hear, or if this is the first time you've thought about bullet journaling, well, where have you started? What are you looking at? What are you thinking? I do have a playlist of bullet journal videos right over here for you to take a look at. And if you want to learn more about what's going on this channel and what we do, you can check out what we're all about there. Me. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It just really helps it to get out to other people. So I'm not into cult of personality or that type of thing. I'm really just trying to get it out to 2 people. So that is just really helpful. Love to hear from you. Love to hear about your stuff. Hey, and if you use any of the stuff from the I would love to see it on Instagram, so you can find me on my Instagram, and please tag me in it at Keeping Your Heart. You know what? I don't remember what it is, so I'm just gonna make sure it's here, and you can tag me in it, and I'd love to see it. I'd love to journey with you on this. So thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget to keep your heart. Bye.